I'm going to ask you a question here, which is your biggest asset at work in day to day life, is that actually the problem that's holding you back from actually getting what you want, having what you want, and transforming what you want? See, I work with a lot of people at a certain level, and they're really good at what they do. They are exceptional at reading data. They're exceptional at collecting data. They're exceptional at reading reports. They're exceptional at looking at spreadsheets, P&Ls, AI data now, customer feedback. They are experts at collecting data, looking at problems, analyzing all this stuff, and then coming up with solutions, tasks, situations to solve a problem. Now, that stuff is incredibly good in your day to day life. It's incredibly good at running a business. It's incredibly good at running um, top 50 company and all that kind of stuff, right? It's really good. Your logic and your cognitive ability to be able to make decisions based on data, based on problems, and put together a series of steps to create an outcome, right? That stuff, the high IQ, the ability to be able to make decisions based on data and problems and put systems and processes around shit, right, is really good. However, intelligence doesn't solve human problems. And we are taking a toothpick to a baseball game and trying to hit the baseball because we are using the wrong tool to solve human problems. You cannot solve a biological, emotional, limbic system problem with your analytical mind, no matter how much data you have, no matter how much information you have, no matter how many of these videos you do watch, right? You collect more data, more information, and nothing changes. It's because you're using the wrong set of tools to be able to solve a human problem. And I'll give you an example of this, right? And this is from marketing. And I will take a tangent here, right? If you're wanting to make a change in your life, the one thing you should study is marketing and advertising. Those guys have got this shit nailed to within a fine degree, right? We buy shit that we don't want. That's what the reason why you buy the ad blaster at 3 o'clock in the morning is exactly why marketing is something that's amazing to learn. Okay. So marketing know deep down that no human makes a decision on a buying purchase because of the features or benefits, right? No one does. Every single person makes a decision based on how it makes them feel and how it makes them feel in front of other people. That's it. Then we try and convince ourselves it's about the 600 kilowatts of power under the hood. Like, who gives a fucking shit? It's the badge, right? Absolutely the badge that makes us feel good about ourselves, right? And marketers know that. Marketers know how to hijack the human brain emotionally and identity wise and story arc wise, right? Marketing, if you're in the personal development space and the self-help space, or even in the leadership space, and you don't know marketing, you're missing out on a whole lot of shit that you should know, right? Those guys are got a pinned to within a degree of everything, right? So we have very good case studies as to why things work, right? And so when you're working with people and you're working with high intelligence people, very, very effective people who have performed very well, trying to solve your problem with logic is never going to work. And the more you try and solve it with logic, the more you're going to fail. The more you're going to come up against roadblock after roadblock after roadblock because no amount of data is going to help you change human behavior. Unless you crack that emotional state, that hormonal state, that place inside someone's story arc, what it means to them to be able to change, what identity are they and who will they become, right? Marketing's got this down pat, which is why, again, we buy shit we don't want. Or we do buy shit to make ourselves look good in front of other people. That's how you change human behavior. Logic doesn't work. So when most people are watching stuff like this, they're reading books, they're doing online courses, which they never start nor finish, right? They join masterminds, they join, school groups, they join WhatsApp groups, they join all these things. It's just more information. It's just more knowledge shoved in by your prefrontal cortex and expecting logic or intelligence to solve the problem of a human being, which is based in emotions and a completely different area of the brain. And unless you actually get to your limbic brain, you've got no hope. Unless you're talking to that part, there is no way you're going to change human behavior. But most people, especially high intelligence people, these people aren't silly. These people aren't dumb. These people run multinational companies. These people run, corporations. These people, these mums and dads who run businesses, right? They are not stupid. You are incredibly intelligent. IQ-wise, you can do shit that, few people can do, but it doesn't solve your human problem. And that's the problem, is you're taking intelligence and logic to the wrong game and wondering why none of it actually works. You can, like, if you're in a relationship, you can read attachment styles and love languages till your cows come in, right? Ain't going to change shit unless you know how you operate and how your partner operates psychologically and emotionally and hormonally. You're wasting your time and you're wasting your effort. Yes, you're going to know this shit. It's like me, learning the biomechanics of lifting weights in the gym. I could watch all the YouTube videos. I can tell you how to lift a weight. I can tell you all the biomechanics about which way to do certain shit. I can be 150 kilos. The brain loves to learn. It loves to know that. Like, the biggest con that's out there is knowing more information, thinking you're making a change. And the brain loves it, right? It loves to be able to more information, as if it's actually making any difference. We think we're making progress, but we're not. And it cons ourselves. While we're learning, we're trying, we're learning different things, right? Which is, we're just distracting from the real part. And the real honesty is, I need to understand myself. And you can't do it logically, and nor can you change human behavior logically. Never works. So I'm not blaming you guys out there, right? Please don't take this as a dig, right? You guys are very, very intelligent. You know what you're doing. You're smart. You're successful. You've got the accolades to prove it. But doing more optimization, doing more wellness, doing more performance, right? That's a con job. Do you think actually optimizing performance is actually solving the problem? The reason why you're in the position you are is because you're optimizing performance and you're exhausted and you're competing with everybody else of optimizing performance. And then you do flow state shit. Like, okay, I'm now in flow state, right? More performance and more performance. And while everybody else is doing performance, you're exhausted still. And the thing is, everyone's out there, oh, look, I'm in flow state. I'm doing this, and look how good I am. It's like, it's all bullshit, right? Because most of these people who are bragging about how flow state they are, behind the scenes, are falling apart because they're exhausted from doing their 4 a.m. rituals. They're journaling at 5 a.m., the gym at 6 o'clock, and then going to, work and then whacking in on Instagram about how fucking good they are. Stop. Literally stop. You don't need more of that shit. What you need is to really understand how you operate, to understand how human behavior works, and to communicate in a level that actually influences people, including yourself. And that's why I gave that marketing example before, right? Marketers know this shit. Most of the self help or coaching or executive coaching or performance coaching won't even study marketing. But marketing is hugely influential. And they know that humans don't do things or buy things because of the features, the benefits, or the logic of it all. We buy shit because it makes us feel good. We buy shit because it makes us feel good in front of other people. They know that. They know that our identity is locked in very, very hard. And if they can manipulate that, we will join a cult to defend that identity. And that's what they know. So if you're out there trying to do more more performance hacks, more wellness or anti-aging, or more breathwork exercises, breathwork team are probably going to hate me for saying this, right? Don't care, right? You are literally trying to target the wrong area and you're wasting your time. Understand some marketing. Understand why they market a certain way to humans, because they've got it. Understand how humans work, and you will find that the ability for you to be able to change your behavior is relatively easy to do. Um, and you know, it is something that we don't promote because we think that learning things about human behavior, and this is not therapy, people. Therapy is not human behavior. This is influence. Learning about things like intuition and consciousness and awareness and emotional intelligence, but not the intellectual version, but real emotional intelligence. Learning about that is not a decrease in status. All your peers, or all the ones who really are successful at the top, right? That's what they study. They just don't tell you, right? While all the other Muppets are doing performance and optimizations and wellness and meditation and breathwork shit, the ones who really know, they're learning a different game altogether. And that's what sets them apart. They know logic doesn't work. They know intelligence doesn't work. And they're the ones who are really influential. And there's a way to do it. But you have to realize this is not about, because remember, the performance stuff is based in status. I'm doing this, it increases my status, because it's a big cult of, performance coaches and executive coaches and all that shit that's out there, right? They're all trying to big note their fucking titles about what they fucking do, right? It is a bit of a cult in a way, but understand that's not the solution you're looking for, nor is more logic. The solution you're looking for is to go backwards. And it actually is an increase in status for you, because you now know stuff that most of the population nor your peers will actually ever know. And you can master it. And then human behavior and influence and change becomes relatively easy. So if you're trying to solve your problems with logic, if you're trying to influence others with logic, you're wasting your time. The only thing you can do is really understand human behavior and read some marketing books. Those guys have got it.